something. The first one, which I think it dries up the face, but it's supposed to like whatever.
This is Henny's exfoliating segment.
A second serum, and then I have something like a third serum, and I have something for just for this part here. Eye cream is very important, so you just have this eye cream, and then you have a full on.
Okay, I won't front.
Mask.
I won't front.
Ever since I started using eye cream,
yeah,
it's been a game changer.
I need that.
Yeah.
I think I need eye cream. My girl says that my eyes are like the sunken place.
A little darker, yeah.
Yeah, it's darker and it's like a whole pond. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Tiara's out here saying all these words. She's like, yo, you need to get the enzyme sponge. You need to get something with the peptides for your eyes. Yo,
you ready, fam?
It sounds edible.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're on? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we're on.
You guys didn't warn me. There's been
We're back. We're in it. Yeah, because I want everybody to know that Henny has
I use all that.
Has a face care. That's why he's black and beautiful.
That's why I'm smiling like this all the time. You know why? Remember what's your
Morris Chestwood.
Chestnut.
No, it's Chestwood. You can't be the same person.
Yes, I can.
You're Morris Chestwood.
I want to be Chestnut.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Hunters Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Splashy Baileys. This is
Henny knows. And
yes, we're back at it, being black and beautiful, talking about our skincare regime. I apparently have none.
Yeah, zero. And I got a regimen. Not my own. I didn't research nothing.
Yeah, you did.
Shorty just says this is what you got to take. I know the order of the bottles. I know what bottle looks like. Bottle A, bottle B, bottle C, and so on and so forth.
I bet you she puts it in place
so that you know what she does though. Sometimes she messes it up because she comes in the washroom, just rumbles around, whatever. I'm like, you messed up the. Like, I don't know what none of this stuff is. So I gotta put it back into the order. This military, come in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's clinical. And then when the order's messed up, she starts asking, "Why is your face so dry?"
Seen?
And you go in the washroom. Like, oh no, I do everything. But the order's off. What'd you do, babe? Oh,
she called me like that one time. She's like, "Oh, you put it on this one first. I told you to put this." And I was like, "You messed up the order."
Yep.
You messed up the
order.
order.
Not even your fault,
right?
So how's your week, bro? How's our week? How are we doing? We got Evo in the building right now.
Antonio.
That's why we're looking so excellent. Lighting's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta warn them up too, because we didn't tell them we got a new space for the potty. We got a new space for the pod.
Space for today. We'll see how it works going forward.
If you like the space, though, drop a comment because we do like the space. I'm trying to stay here. Trying to say.
I think we look great.
If you guys seen the whole venue, you guys be like, "Yo, we're leveling up. Money's coming in. This is nice."
I hope you guys believe that. Money's coming in.
But yeah, we appreciate y'all watching.
Manifesting for 2022.
It's coming. But hold on, we have to say we appreciate y'all for Clubhouse Jamz, watching that whole thing. We're coming back soon, but we appreciate you guys subscribing, liking, commenting, all that stuff, just sharing. And we're just trying to make this thing better and better and better every single time. So the comments and the suggestions and anything like that has been amazing. So we appreciate it. So right now we're in like little transitions.
Transition phase.
Figure it out, and we're back at it.
Usually I'd be sipping on our Grenadier Brewing Company beer, but today I'm sipping on a little wine.
Trying to get a new sponsor right here now.
Actually, we got the homie Guido who has a wine company. We got to hit them up soon.
Yes, we do.
Because I know I love my wine, man.
You should get the wine for the pod. Man.
We got the homies girl in the joint. Tiara's in the joint. We got a Canadian Screen-winning award director here.
Yvonne Antonio.
And we got a novelist.
Oh.
And she's sitting right there writing another one.
She's published. She said she's updating her website.
She's updating the website because the bylaws are fucking with her. She said
bylines, fam.
She has cases and charges that she's trying to hide.
She's trying to add some more stuff to her website because she's leveled up. She's a professional.
The bylaws.
Professional. That's the main thing, though.
I don't know. She's a pro. We're gonna tag her in everything.
We're already amateurs. Get her book.
I want a book.
Yes. You get a book, and you get a book.
The book is called 2 Times Removed.
An Anthology of Indo-Caribbean Fiction by Tiara.
The thing about us is we'll say it's fiction, but there's so much real in that. There's so
Ooh, she's 20 books away.
You sold 480 books?
Wow, yo, I'm telling you.
Hey, yo, bottles on you tonight, though. You know that, right?
Don't let them know tonight. You can't let them know too much.
Bottles on you.
But we get that book. She needs 40 more for 500. That's a crazy milestone.
I said, don't let them know. Why do we gotta live in secrecy like
Moving
this?
like that, it's exclusive.
Like, why do we gotta do this in Toronto? Like, we should be able to say, yo, this was popping tonight, Toronto. And we talk about it next week. Like you bumps weren't there.
No. You know why? You see, that's the reason. You know how this stuff is continued? Because when people who weren't able to get into the spots earlier when they were younger, they got to the old like, nah, you guys can't get in here.
It's a timestamp.
Keeps on going and going and going.
It's a fact.
I'm continuing it. They're not getting in either. No.
Don't treat that. No, we got to change Toronto up a little bit, bro. I've been thinking about that all week. We need to do better here, bro.
Why?
We need to do better. We've had so many discussions, whether it was on Clubhouse Jamz, whether it's between me, you, Evo, and the gods, that's me, you, Freddie Ness, talking about Toronto and gatekeeping. We need to just kill that whole shit, man. Open this bitch up. Open it up. Let's all be able to go to a venue. Let's all throw parties. Let's all be able to just party together. Whether it's college, Dundas, Queen, King, it's the same motherfucking thing.
Unity.
Same thing.
I think it's possible for that, but it unfortunately, I think it's going to always happen where there's going to be gatekeepers for stuff, especially if it's a hype thing, if it's something dope, if it's something cool, someone's going to be the way to get into that because you can't allow too many people into it or else the market becomes saturated sometimes. So like I see that, like I look at the clubs and I see why sometimes they don't let some people in and some people not in. Just to build that hype. Why that exists?
Why don't they let some people in?
Well, I'm not trying to say those people. I'm trying.
Which people, honey?
Look,
be specific.
It's back to the conversation. It's back to the conversation that actually we were having earlier, right? Before the podcast. And make sure you like and subscribe and drop a comment below. But before the podcast, we were talking about just beautiful people and so on and so forth. But like, and I'm paraphrasing the conversation, but I think it goes back to that same ideology where it's like you want certain people in your venue to make your venue looks like something. And make it look like, only these kind of people could be in here. And that makes the people who can't get to that standard be like, okay, I got to get to that standard.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm trying to say? So if you open up a club and you know the club is only able to have 180 people in here, you want to make sure those 180 people are certain. Your
demographic?
Yeah,
your demographic.
Wild. I'm gonna say you still got demographic. You seen? So like, if you want high affluent people, those people are going to most likely want to see other high affluent people.
Not necessarily, because some of those high affluent people, they you know what? I want to be up in the joint.
If it's a good time, though.
They just want to be able to pop a bottle. And then
in a good venue, though.
I want to pop a bottle in your face, though. If you're across from me and you're sitting there in your booth with 2 bottles, I need to have 3 bottles.
The bottle wars. Those are fun times.
Bro, I miss the bottle wars.
Those are fun times.
Niggas in there with their OSAP talking about. Bro, I was in there with my OSAP, bro. The world needs to know this shit.
But the issue is like the OSAP kids are trying to have bottle wars with the drug dealing dudes, and it's like you're not gonna beat the drug dealer.
Allegedly.
But it was like you guys, it's like the drug dealers got like 40 stacks coming to the club.
Bro, when you say 10 bottles of Moet going to the table after you just popped off your 2 promo, you're pissed. You're pissed. I'm pissed.
Asking all the man, yo, you pitching. And
no man has their pitch ready to go.
Yo, watch this too. Even if you get the man who have the money to go, right? Everyone drops a little 100, whatever it is, and then you pop that next bottle. You're feeling nice. It has the signs, and then you look across, and the man are looking at you, and they call.
You feel
2 or 3 more bottles.
All you see is the hands to the bottle service girl.
But the man's across the ways are getting 2 or 3 more bottles, and you're like, we just have to scrounge for everything. We had to get that next one.
We're out of gas.
We're out, and they just started.
We're tapped.
And they know that. That's why they compete. It's just different.
But they wait.
They wait.
So I remember we used to go out back in the day. We used to tell our boys, we're gonna hold off on these bottles for a bit.
Recap.
Let these guys pop off.
Yeah, he did.
Let these guys pop off because they go crazy. It's the first person to pop off usually loses.
Yeah.
Especially on.
Yeah. That's what happened at Thing all the time. That's why.
Yes, bro. Yes, brother.
But sometimes though, if the first person who sets it off, especially if you do it firstly, like if you drop that first bottle and it's like 12 o'clock, 12:05. Right, and it's like people are trickling in, and it's like a good vibe, and you set the standard now, and you set it off, and everybody like your peoples are there, and you guys are having the whole thing. It happened one time. I think it worked for us. One time.
Okay, yo, Evo, you might have not been there back in the days. Shout out to that guy. Yo, it's Henny's birthday. Henny always does extravagant shit.
Me into this thing?
No, because you're the guy. You're the guy. You're that guy. Let's be real about it. Stop being humble.
Oh,
Tiara, y'all got to hear this one. So. I was in school being a good youth and all this, I went back to school, tried to live my life according to Christ.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying I was saved. I saved myself. I got off these streets.
You saved yourself?
Bottle wars. I let these niggas nig. So the niggas got a nig. So I had school the next day. They kept telling me, come on, Henny's birthday, you gotta be out. In January, bro. But Henny's birthday is around that cusp. So, bro, it's early year. I'm getting videos, stories from all the guys. Why do I see 3 bottles of Ace of Spades being popped off by Henny, Mills, and my brother Prospect.
Shout out Mills and Mundo.
Yo, they're popping the bottles, but not only are the bottles being popped, they're being sprayed on everybody in the club. So this was the time at Lost and Found when they had a promo. The girls come out with a nice case with the glasses on. They walk up
Matrix,
to you.
was like Matrix.
And they open the case. It's 3 bottles of Ace.
He's like, oh.
And he told me he was going to do this. Mind you, a bottle of Ace is $1,000.
Each.
It's $1,000.
Each.
I'm saying? Yo, they lost their freaking mind.
It wasn't even my fault.
These guys grabbed the bottle. They didn't even think, I want to taste the Ace because these obviously niggas are
I ain't never tasted that
They've
shit.
never tasted it.
I never tasted it. Never.
They poured all the Ace out and had the audacity to be at the end of the video.
It was for you, fam.
All on the ground.
It was for you, fam.
Looked into the camera and sent me the video.
It was respect to the God. You have to show you a little, pour it out for the man. Let me show you. Let me tell you what happened, though. Let me tell you what happened. Little piece.
What else can you say?
So what happened was it Mundo or is it Shooks? I think it was Shooks still. Okay, so what happened was we get the bottles, right? Pass the bottles around. I gave one to Mundo, got myself one, and Shooks got one, right? I take a first swig of the thing, and I pour a little bit out. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Shooks then pours a little bit also.
Yeah.
And then Mundo starts pouring a little bit. And we're all just, okay, you know what? Let's just.
And we're gone.
And people are getting wet up in the club.
It was a spectacle. I've never seen it. All I could think was I was at home. I'm looking at the video. I'm like, yo, nobody was there to just grab a bottle and just say, yo,
stop this.
Hug that. Chill. That's 3 G's.
Fam. The after party for that, though,
3 G's.
I'm telling you right now.
What was that one like?
It was a nice one. Because everybody's seen that and they're like, oh, okay, this guy's got money. No, I didn't. No. But everybody came over to the AP and we were just having a lit time. It wasn't until like 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Henny has not been seen on the scene since that moment.
I've been
Clubhouse Jamz was Henny's first emergence.
I've been paying that back since then.
It's wild.
It was wild. He shouldn't have done that shit.
Wildness, bro.
I think I went to Vegas next day too.
Yeah, you
did. That whole week was expensive, especially that one was.
Thank the Lord for credit cards.
Thank the Lord for credit cards.
Yo,
learn from me, kids. Don't do that.
Gotta be grateful for.
Learn from me,
like that, bro. Don't
do that.
Yo, so what headspace is everyone in, bro? Going into Christmas break and all this shit, and
Christmas.
Is this where we're at now, bro?
Christmas. I'm good, man.
Yeah,
that's the main.
Money's on the mind, for sure.
Yeah.
Season 3 is definitely on my mind,
Clubhouse
bro.
Clubhouse Jamz.
Yo, you guys checked out the recap video we put up?
Yeah. More coming soon. More
you guys, go look at that Clubhouse Jamz stuff, please. Bro.
Right now.
Episode 1 to episode 10. Take some time out. It's worth your time, man. Learn about some of these Toronto artists. We kind of view it as, like
our take.
It's our take on it for sure. But we're like, the industry is so saturated right now.
Yep.
Dense. Everybody's an artist. I just got something shared to me in my DMs about some party going on in North York tonight with artists. Like there's like 20 artists. It's a showcase from 7 p.m. till freaking 3. I'm like, yo, I haven't seen any of these names in my life.
Yeah.
Not to say that any of them aren't gonna be talented, gifted, skilled, but even the quality of the actual flyer I saw, I'm like, yo, this shit's dated. So this is all just to say there's a lot of talent in the city. So when you have a platform like Clubhouse Jamz where you have it taste tested before, we're giving you quality. We're giving you quality, man.
And like the sell of it too, it's like it's not just a showcase. I think that's the biggest thing too. Like the performance is dope. The artist part is dope. Yeah. It's a music thing or related broadcast. We get that, but like at the end of the day, like when you have the host who's guiding it through and it's all funny, it's jokes. Shout out to the host right next to me, Splash Bailey's on that 1 and 2. But we have a DJ, we have a live audience, we have banter, we have we make mistakes. It's all fun. It's
I love that about the show.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. That's culture. That's something that a lot of these showcases or anything that does like an open mic or talent thing. I'm trying to say, like, we have this conversation all the time. They can never take that away from us. It's ever. Like, it's different.
Because the proof is there. The proof is in the pudding. Like it's just right there. Like you go on YouTube, you see the videos, you see the engagement, you see the games.
Twitch too, yeah.
Yo, Twitch is out there.
Facebook Live, yeah.
Yeah. All over the platform. Go check out the Madara interview, the Tiara Jade interview. Go check out that Trey West interview as well.
Shout out Trey West.
Even speaking of Trey West, we have
The people's choice.
The self-proclaimed people's choice. You know what I'm saying?
The man has an issue.
Narcissism. Narcissism is a real disease. You know what I'm saying? I love my younger bro. I love him.
This guy had to say younger though. He said it on purpose.
I don't have an ego problem either. I'm just gonna call it like it is. No,
it's an evil problem.
We need to mic them up because there's laughs. I'm not just saying shit sounding crazy. I swear to God, they're egging me on. They're eating chicken wings behind the scenes. Ever say it? But all that to say that you watched season 1 of Clubhouse Jamz.
Yeah.
Dope production. Everything was pre-recorded. We stepped it up. Brought Ivo Antonio, Screen Award winning director on board.
CBC Gems.
We went
Being
live,
back in
baby.
Canada.
We went live, baby.
Yep.
Shit was lit, right?
Audience.
So all this just to say, we have something else to give you before the year's done. December 30th. Hopefully this drops before then.
It's coming out. It's coming out tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be at apartment 200.
December 30th.
Doors open 9 p.m. We got Shooks Mills. We got Fredericks Reginald.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully he pulls back up from Calgary because he went to an Omni showcase out there and it's like this nigga never wanted to come back.
Free Freddie from the YYZ. There it is.
That's us.
That's his promo. That's the promo campaign he's trying to say.
Free Freddie
from the YYZ. Is it? Are we YYZ?
He's setting up a GoFundMe.
Are we YYZ or is it YYC?
We're YYZ.
Okay, then he's saying YYC. He's saying YYC.
Okay.
That's my. I don't know the area code airport.
I have no clue.
It's Free Freddie from the YYC.
But the GoFundMe part has
one more person.
Bro. I'm still on the fucking GoFundMe, bro. That's excellent. Freddie has a great advertisement campaign. Please give Freddie a bag.
Yes,
because we need him back on a flight. Actually, on the train because he can't take the flight. You know what I'm saying?
Trapped out there.
Niggas are really trapped in Calgary, bro.
Trapped in Calgary. That should be a good tape. That's a good tape. Trapped in Calgary. You want to get the hell out of Calgary.
Yo, I don't know, man.
I mean,
Edmonton. I like people from Edmonton. I've never been to Calgary. I want to go.
I like Toronto.
Last artist. So the lineup so far, we have Shooks Mills. We have Fredericks Reginald. Fredericks Godbody Reginald. Thirdly, we got Trey West.
The People's Champ.
Stop calling him these names, bro.
That was a dope soundbite.
You guys can't subscribe.
You see how fast he says his name? Trey West, the People's Champ. Automatically, right behind
you know, I'm just trying to give him a nice intro so nobody has to say the People's Champ.
What's his name again?
He's going to somehow use this against me, huh?
You said who?
The People's Champ. What?
Trey West.
Yeah, that nigga.
He's coming. He's gonna do a show.
It's gonna be a dope showcase. Honestly, it's not gonna be too long because it's still a turn-up night.
It's still a Friday. It's a turn-up
Remember,
night,
this is the pre New Year's Eve.
Yes, sir, Steve.
So it's December 30th.
Yeah,
we're gonna be up in apartment 200. Bottle up. It's gonna be a Thursday night. So y'all know what it is.
Friday.
No. It's actually a Thursday.
Oh, is it Thursday? My bad. Thursday.
So it's a Thursday night. So just think of it as a Clubhouse Jamz special.
Ah, nice.
If anything, you know what I'm saying? So y'all pull up early. I want you guys to be there for 9 p.m. because y'all want to get the atmosphere ready. I want to have you guys sipping something. I want to have you guys feeling good.
Yeah.
Then you guys are gonna get your 30-minute performance. So I'm gonna keep it real brief. We're gonna keep them 2 songs each artist.
Okay.
That's it. And no, we're not just taking this in the moment. Just pitching it to y'all. 2 songs each artist. Keep a 30-minute segment. They all get their stuff off. Then we turn up. Then we start the new year. I wish it was us on New Year's Eve. I'm sorry.
One day.
I'm pissed.
One day we have to get there, you know.
But I'm loving working with Apartment 200. They're great over there.
Yes, sir.
They're great over there. It's a great establishment.
Yeah.
So y'all pull up. That's the Hunter Showcase, December 30th.
Let's get it. Nice.
Ill.
No, let's do one more topic. Oh,
we ain't cutting yet.
Keep going.
3:47. So yo, off the cuff.
What else is up?
Off the cuff.
What else is up?
A lot of dudes. This is a massive switch. It's not even a segue. It's just a quick switch up. It's 2021 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a new it's the last bit of it. We're going 2022. Now, some deep questions. What the fuck is marriage, yo?
I thought you wanted to keep it a light conversation.
Nah, nigga. I don't know what the fuck marriage means.
All right.
Marriage. Go there, bro.
Marriage is an institution.
Marriage is an institution.
It's a contract. It's a government regulated business. That's marriage.
Who owns this? Who's the CEO?
Huh?
Who's the CEO of this joint?
The CEO? It depends. That's a tough one.
Or should I say the CEO?
It was created.
CEO.
It was created to keep. It was created to keep the nuclear families together and prosper in America. especially in the West, and the concept was adapted around the world.
My nigga, you're gonna have to break down the nuclear part of that one.
The nuclear, so the standard nuclear family that like you see the pictures back in like the 1940s, 30s, 20s, propaganda era from during the war times, whatever.
Yeah,
the nuclear family was pitched as a way to keep the households together. So you have the mom and dad, 4-person household. You have a mom and a dad and 2 kids. It shows that things are prospering because based on research statistics, all that good stuff. Those people have like more success, children or more people of of society. Everything's good. That's why a lot of houses in like suburbia have 2-car garages. A lot of the suburb homes are all built for 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms and a garage. And
4-person family.
Exactly, 4-person family. So that's the standard. The nuclear family is the standard that they had. So that's what that is. And having a marriage and having monogamy, for example, allows that to prosper and allows to push the making sure more children come into society.
So it supplies the American dream.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Literally
it's the reason why America. It's the reason why America became so strong, actually, because the people in there were actually able to adapt and be part of the culture or their culture.
So it's a tool for the middle class family.
Yes. And America has the strongest middle class.
Ooh, I didn't know that. I think it does. I think that's how Kanye became who he is. Because he tapped into that middle class market.
That's the next conversation.
No, he tapped into the middle class market with the music because.
You know what? Yes. J. Cole too, same thing.
Right?
To become popular, you have to talk to the middle class.
That's popular culture, middle class.
There you go. You're right.
Okay. So my question keeps going to: is marriage a scam? Because I'm trying to think of it not for the context of myself. I'm hearing a lot of motherfuckers say it doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons of marriage in today's times, brother? One pro. Social. There's social pros of being married.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. For social wise, like I guess you mean like people. Okay, social wise, like taxes and all the credits and everything.
No. Socially, like in terms of like, I guess when you're married, people look at you and say, this is a responsible guy.
Yes.
He takes care of his family.
Yeah. He has a ring. He's settled down. Yeah, you can see that he's making roots.
He's accountable. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that's a pro for sure. That is a pro. I think a lot of even like when you're with somebody for a long period of time, the next step just feels like that. And then like everything, like even in society, like if you're with somebody and you have a child, using the term like a baby mama, like that sounds off. That seems weird. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it
doesn't matter how you flip it. It's still a BM.
You see what I'm saying? So the wordings, like I feel like the wordings and the titles come a little bit makes it make a lot more sense socially also.
Got you.
Those are the pros I see so far.
I think there's some tax pros.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like credit pros. You can get access to more money.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of benefits you can get.
But we spoke on this shit the other day, and that's why it kind of makes me laugh because I'm like, dudes, we're competitive.
Okay.
I know for a lot of people, but I'm gonna use myself as an example. I'm gonna want to make more money than my woman.
Okay.
I am. That's me.
Okay.
And dude, that's where it gets into issue. Because if you make more money, and all of a sudden you have to take care of somebody when shit doesn't work.
Okay.
Because a marriage doesn't mean it's forever.
Okay.
You could separate with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe in that, but yeah.
I don't believe in divorce. I don't believe but so do you believe in staying there?
I actually believe in marriage, to be honest with you. I really do, mean? But I believe in the essence of it, where in a religious and spiritual aspect of qualifying the roots and establishing roots with somebody and saying this is going to be the main person in my life. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm very calculated in my words. But the main person in my life.
Stop it, honey. Stop it. You believe in marriage, or do you believe in wedding?
I believe in a spiritual union between
How the hell do you get this spiritual?
Is that not the main? Is that not more important? I think that's more important, no? I think that's more important. I think that union is more important.
I believe in the spiritual union between.
I'm saying I don't believe in the.
You don't believe in what, the ring, the actual wedding?
Well, that was sold. The wedding.
The ring.
I believe in the wedding.
Yeah,
I believe in the wedding.
Okay, the day, the celebration.
That's it. I'm gonna give you a wedding.
Too. Yes, I believe in that. I believe in that.
Yeah. You want a wedding? We'll do the wedding. I love that. Let's do that.
Contracts.
It's spiritual already. It's been spiritual since I met you.
It's supposed to be spiritual.
But so what is it? How do we sign a spiritual contract? Let me know where I can get this metaphysical pen to sign this metaphysical
There's
agreement.
people, hey man, once you find that and build that relationship with somebody and you want to take it to that next step, that next level, like eternally, where you're bonding, whatever, for the rest of your lives, whatever, then I think a spiritual union between two people is makes sense, to be honest with you.
Those witches exist in Toronto too. Like you can holler at them.
I believe in them, you know what I'm trying to say? But like the contract part of the marriage, like if you follow the government regulated standards of it, then it's going to be an issue, I think, right? That's where I think it's not going to work if you start to follow all the government where like they regulate how you can love and what you can love and what you can and cannot do and what you can and cannot say, and X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Because it's a contract, you know?
Got you.
So like I think when you start to add those into it, then it becomes a little different. When you follow, for me, if you follow the religious text of it, then okay, I believe in that.
Which religious text?
Well, that depends on what religion you're with.
Got you.
You know,
got you.
That's your spiritual.
So which one would you do the Bible joint?
Me personally,
yo,
I'm on a mission of self discovery right now to figure out. I think the keys to the universe and what the right path should be for myself and my family, to be honest with you.
I could fuck with that.
Because we grew up, for example, in a Christian
Bible
household.
Dominant.
Yeah, so you don't know anything else. And when you come out of that, you start meeting people who are a different organization, different faiths and different beliefs. And you start to be like, a lot of things you're saying here make sense. A lot of this and that. And you start to look at their culture and like, I do like your culture. And like, your culture is all based on religion. So it's like, do I like your religion and your family and everything you guys stand for and all the deals and stuff? And I look at my culture and everything. It's like, maybe I don't like this part. Right. And it's like, well, why can't I just go into that faith? And if I believe in it and I believe in all the rules they say and all that stuff, why not?
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
That's what I think.
I guess then it comes down to like before you marry somebody, before you even meet somebody. Some people go into relationships having a preconceived notion of, yo, I want to be married. So then you get into that relationship with that individual.
Okay.
And they already have that foundation belief. So now it's like, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we get married.
Okay.
We have this relationship.
Yeah.
And even if there's every red flag in the world, you're sticking with it.
That's not good. Then they're not paying attention. I don't think that person should do that. Like if you're just so blinded by the ring and the ceremony that is a wedding, like instead of being like, oh, that man or that woman is not supposed to, like, we're not going to actually compatible. This person does this, and
but but people that gets thrown to the side.
Okay.
Because you said you don't believe in divorce like that, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Before you even take that next step to go into marriage, you're supposed to do the job of properly vetting that person.
But you never know. That's what I'm saying, because of the expectancy. So when you have somebody you're dealing with a bunch of bullshit, yo, now we're gonna make it work. Now we're gonna make it work, baby. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fix this problem.
Give me an example.
We're gonna fix the problem. Just examples in the sense, you know, everybody goes through issues in relationships.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But you fix those issues as you keep going.
Yeah.
Or that's you fix it, but sometimes it's not really fixing it. Sometimes it's just like, yo, you look over them, you say nothing.
Yeah, that's work.
And then you get to the point where, okay, now you might feel pressure. A lot of people feel pressure to getting married.
Of course. Yeah, that's
natural, bro.
Yeah.
So once you start feeling that pressure and I don't want to say cave in, but it happens, you're married. Now, after you're married, you're starting to realize, yo, I really hate this motherfucker, bro. I can't stand this motherfucker.
You see, that's why they didn't do the vetting properly. I agree with that. They didn't do the vetting process. The vetting process of, okay, meet my friends, meet my family, meet the church.
Bro, a lot of that does happen, bro. But the mask of being in the pre-relationship, pre-marriage phase is big. Once you're married, you're cozy. You think you're locked in forever.
Yeah. Honestly, I think
I agree with you though.
Yeah, it seems, because I feel like if you do the job, like if you actually understand, like, okay, if my goal in this thing is to be with somebody and build a family and build the roots and all that stuff, well, what do I need to be comfortable? What are my key indicators of being successful?
Like my
personal list. You know what I'm saying? If that person hits every single thing on my personal list, anything else that they do should not be an issue, because that shit was not on my list, right? So if they're I don't know, let's list some stuff. They were financially acute. Like, you know, they're ambitious, meaning even if they lose their money, they lose whatever, they're ambitious, they have strive, they have energy, not lazy. You know, they're socially aware, they have a lot of friends, they have a lot of high net worth people. So like the people they hang around with are smart, capable, you know, they're attractive to a sense, whatever you want, and all this other stuff. If they're like doing something where it's like, oh, they just don't, they leave the bathroom door open, or little things that can annoy. It's like, man, you got to get over it. Like that's stuff that you got to work on, you know?
No. But the small shit, what I can say is the small shit is gonna make the big difference in the end, bro.
See, so then that means on your top 10 list, that means on your top 10 list, right? You need somebody then who can actually listen and is able to properly adapt themselves and not so one-minded and close off.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're with somebody and you're like, okay, I love you, we've been together for like 5-10 years, and you still do the little things here that piss me off. Like I really starts to piss me off. And that person should stop it.
That toilet seat being down up. I've heard that's a game breaker.
It's not a game breaker.
That destroys.
If you do everything else on their list, they don't give a fuck
because if that toilet's up, bro, that means something else is up. That means there's other issues going on, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's a dirty game.
I think communication is key.
I think communication is key. But what about that interim between communicating what you want and then that person having to adapt? You get what I'm saying?
So between the timeline of like you tell them I don't like this or I do like this, and then they still have not fully adjusted, but they're aware of it, so they're trying to adjust.
Yeah. Have you never noticed that those awkward moments, like you're watching somebody switch up?
Yeah. Like for the good?
I don't know if it's for the good. It's just awkward. Those moments are fucking hella awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like you say something to somebody, you're like, okay, I don't like when you do this. I don't like when we're in public and this happens.
Oh, and then like there's a little bit of tension there.
And then it's like, I'm not doing this because I know you don't like me doing this. I'm like, oh God.
I think
those moments are awkward.
Yeah. No, I agree with you because like I think like it goes back to that list that you had, right? If they like we all have to understand, like if you tell somebody something that they're doing that they personally don't think they're attacking you or being hurtful with it, everyone's gonna be combative of that, you know? But it takes a level of understanding and be like, okay, even if I don't think I'm attacking this person or whatever, or trying to be disrespectful, you have to be able to adjust yourself still, right? Like, is this thing so imperative that I do that I should continue doing it despite the fact that someone told me they didn't like it? Someone that I said I love and I want to care for, blah, blah, blah. You should be able to change. It'll take some time. It's not gonna be like done. Like I'm gonna take a little bit of time here, but I'm working on it. You can see like the benefits of it. I think that should be the right action. I think.
To make that change and be patient enough to watch it be played out.
Yeah. Because that person's actually from you on that aspect where you tell me, for example, I don't like something and I'm starting to stop doing it. You can be like, okay, I'm validated because that person's doing it for me. That person cares about me, you know? If I don't do nothing about it, you should be like, yo, like, what the hell? Like, I told you one little thing that I don't like. You can tell it's really annoying me. And you're still doing it.
Red flag.
Red flag, automatically.
Another red flag.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a double red flag now.
Double entendre.
Jeez. There's no compromises there?
Compromise needs to be happened. Yeah, I agree. I think compromise needs to happen. A lot of people don't want to compromise for anything. That's what I agreed.
I don't like.
I agree with you, fam, completely.
Bro. Why compromise? I think compromise is the dumbest thing in the world.
Because Ivana, you want to talk? She said, exactly. You can't get everything your way. Is what Tiara said.
Tiara said, I don't agree with that.
We do all the time. Everyone compromises.
Yeah, but I don't. Okay, but you can't compromise your standards, though.
It depends on what your standards are.
Why?
Same traffic.
He said traffic. He said traffic is his compromise.
Yeah. Yeah.
At 10 p.m. it better be clear. There's a problem.
No.
That's not a standard, though. That's an expectation. That's not a standard. No, that's an expectation, bro. Traffic standards and expectations are two different things, brother.
But I think whatever, we can still argue that. But I think the point though is like if I'm going to use a different example. Is that okay? Right?
Yeah, go.
Because the only example I can have is like something I thought of recently. It's like, okay, we're all like in our 20s, for example. We're about to leave.
But we're all in our 20s. Why you don't expose me?
We're all in our 20s. We're all in our 20s, you know? We're all in our 20s though. But like you have to imagine this, right? You see somebody, you see an OG who's like 45 or 50. That person has lived double your lifetime. I'm trying to say is like they're not the same person that they were at 29 or 25 that they are at 50. That developed person.
Allegedly.
So I would hope not. We would hope not, right? And I think that's the process of being a human being. You have to be able to adapt and grow and change, right? That changing aspect is possible because we're all in like this caterpillar cocoon little stage here. No matter what it is, like even in our 20s, like we haven't lived nothing. I'm so excited to go into the 30s and into 40s and the 50s because every different part is a different challenge.
Yeah.
So the compromise that I think Evo and I'm even talking about, especially, is like we have to all be able to be willing to grow and realize, okay, this standard I have, it's like, is it really a standard? Is this like really something that I'm gonna die on a hill for, or can I like live life and be okay as a human being all the time? And it's okay to change. right?
Film specifically. Oh my God.
Yeah.
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 5-6 years ago, I would have been like,
Just do whatever you gotta do.
integrity of my work
Yeah.
even if it's just a podcast, I don't see it just as a
Yeah.
podcast. It's an extension of my work.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Even looking at Clubhouse. Yeah. Even looking at Clubhouse Jam season 1, like we had to change from that first season to the second, and that the change for me is the same as compromise or anything, adapting. So you have to be willing to realize the good things you're doing, the bad things you're doing, and
The
then
standards kind of evolved.
Yeah.
Or not even evolved at that point. They kind of revolved.
Yeah.
Because it didn't necessarily get better. It just it changed.
We had to change the format a little bit.
Format.
Yeah. Even season 2, like we changed from like the original beginning of it, how it looked, and then by episode 10, like season 2, episode 1 to season 2, episode 10.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what I think that I look at that the same as compromise and adapting and change and all that stuff. Just being willing to realize that the good things you're doing and then realize the not so great things, you know?
So is there a metric in relationships then?
I think a metric? What do you mean by
a
metric?
metric then? Because like if standards evolve, let's say, you're a broke guy. You're with a girl and you guys you're with her at this point, you're happy.
Yeah.
Now your standards have changed. You make money, you're rich, you're up, whatever happens.
Okay.
And you don't want to be with this girl anymore because the standard of girl you really wanted wasn't the same standard of that girl. What happens?
Well, your standard is only then based on just superficial, so just the looks?
No, everything. Like, let's just say you
Oh, okay.
you perceive you wanted a girl of this standard
when you were
or caliber, whatever
okay.
you want to use the scale as. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now you gotta step it up.
You have higher standards of your partner now, right?
Yeah, you got to start looking at it as, you know what? I wanted this.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Lewin, this nigga,
Okay.
funny ass guy.
Okay.
He had a best example of it on his page.
Get it.
He goes, yo, you can't really judge that guy and say he's bad. And then he said, yo, here goes double standard comments. Let's go. But it's pretty much, yo, you have a girl at this level of your life. Now you level up.
Oh.
Are you expected to stay with that girl, or is everybody going to chew you up because you decide to leave her and go for something else at that point?
I think the appropriate thing to do, honestly, and what I would hope I did in that scenario would be like you communicate with your girl and be like, yo, this is the standard now. We both should be doing this. We both should be looking like this. We should both be living this lifestyle. Right. And that person's not able to change and adapt to it, then unfortunately.
So you give time for the change.
I think you have to communicate that, because that person could be exactly what you want otherwise, because you're with them for a reason, right? You're with them because they provide you that personal, emotional, whatever support that you have. So all you need now is like a couple other things to make it like this person is now on the same level. Whatever. And I think that's what you need, because then if you go back in that dating market now to look for someone who provides that personal whatever support, like that, you're gonna have a hard time, right? Because every girl, like the best example we can have is Wolf of Wall Street. Remember Wolf of Wall Street?
Hell yeah.
So
or the McDonald's movie.
But remember, Leonardo DiCaprio was with he was married. He was already married in that movie, beginning from a regular girl. She was nice, whatever. They grew up together, all that good supportive, all that, all of that. And then he met whatever that next girl was, and then left her automatically. And she's like leveled up. She's more classy. She's in nicer restaurants, blah blah blah. And she lived that life.
She upped his social.
He never
status.
told her. He never told her nothing. He never communicated to his original wife like, "Yo, this is a standard I want to do." Right. And then at the end of the movie, right, when he finally goes to jail, what did his wife do that he got with the model, the hot one? She left him. She's like, I'm taking the money. I'm not gonna you're not gonna ever see your kid ever again. What are you talking about? Not like, it doesn't matter that you were making all this money and I knew about it. Which FYI she did. You know, I was aware of all the parties. No, it doesn't care. You don't have no money anymore, I'm bye.
Yeah.
So you messed up. You should have stayed with your wife, because that first one.
But you can't say he messed up though. How did he mess up? But how did he mess up? Just because he didn't have the loyal, what is it?
The loyalty.
Loyalty.
She didn't provide
loyalty is the standard he wanted.
He should, like, if you're
because it's to be expected. Like his expectations, he has this girl because of this reason, right? So when you don't have this, you know you're not gonna have this anymore. Just because you want loyalty from somebody doesn't mean she's gonna still provide the same stimulation.
But
that you want when you get to this level.
Yeah, but you see, I think
because I think he wants stimulation more than he really wants anything.
No, he wanted someone to also be like the mother of his kids, but then also have that stimulation, be sexually attractive, all that.
Beyond just stimulation, because you get stimulated not just from sexual, the fantasizing, or like you get stimulated by your ego can really get you going. That shit tantalizes when you're into social settings. You're like, yo, I want to be with this, around this. I want to have these bottles. I want to pop off 3 bottles of Ace and Lost and Found. Yo, that's what it comes down to, though. That's the reality in the world.
What social status do bottles represent other than a fucking alcohol problem?
That's all it represents. But what's the problem? Then it's subjective. But it's all what stimulates that joint. Is what stimulates that joint.
So what was your question though? Sorry.
So
I think I zoomed out there.
No, it was just initially, it was going back to the main point of you said, use the Wolf of Wall Street example.
Okay.
When homeboy,
Yeah,
he's with the
he had a
girl
wife,
because he,
Yeah.
but his standards change.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean just because when he went to jail, his standards changed. And
no, his standards are the same.
His standards were the same because standards, he had this new girl, so they changed.
Yeah, but
then once he had nothing again, his standards went back there.
For her. Or
for him. For him, his standards went back to I wanted that loyal girl who would take care of shit when I went to jail and stay with
his
me.
first wife.
Right.
I'm saying to you is if you stuck with your first wife.
Yeah.
Right. I'm using his context. I'm not saying anything like personal, whatever, or anything to draw back to anything. Just let's stick on the movie.
Hell yeah. We're just using examples.
It's important. Yeah. Like it's important to make sure people know, like, let's use this example and this example specifically.
Yeah.
So in terms of that example, right, I'm saying to you is if he stuck with that first girl, his first wife, communicated everything properly, took care of everything, made sure all that good stuff, and had kids, right? And then she would have stuck with him, despite the fact
she would have fucking.
She would have.
Hell yeah, she would have been.
Stuck with him. What? Instead for going to a new one who just comes out of nowhere and sees you at the top. She's like expecting the top. You fall from the grace. You fall from grace. Now she's like, I'm not staying with you. Why? Because you don't have that same personal relationship with somebody that grinded with you in the beginning. And that comes back to the relationship of like NBA players and NFL players who always get with like the girl in the beginning. Well, some of them, sorry, stick with the girls in the beginning, the high school sweethearts, because they were there before.
Let me tell you something about these fucking guys.
These
guys cheat every single opportunity they get.
That's a different conversation.
It's a whole different opportunity.
That's a whole different conversation.
Sure, I agree.
Yeah.
I want to give you the mic so bad. Hell yeah.
You know, the girl who is your high school sweetheart, whatever, maybe just works like a more regular job, or maybe she doesn't, whatever the case is. But that's like, okay, you get somebody new, but they're only seeing what you have now. So you have all this money, you can do whatever.
Facts.
They didn't do anything before. You can tell them about it, sure, they can hear the story, but they weren't there for it. The person who was there for you before is the person who still loved you and was still there with you when you had jack shit.
Hey yo, I'm with. So yo, are we? Yeah, we can get her in here. What time is it?
What are you talking about? Come sit.
Hey yo, but all I'm saying is all I'm hearing right now is we're validating the bottom bitch theory, yo.
Yeah, I want you in this conversation.
Nobody wants to give me my fucking snaps on that joint. It's okay.
Shout out. That's.
I love being the villain.
Shout out to Tiara in the back now. She's joining the pod. First guest in our new studio.
Tiara. So are we validating the bottom bitch theory right now?
But it's not.
Let's keep it a buck.
Tiara on the mic.
Go ahead, T.
I think so, because like I said, it's very It's very easy to just say, you know, I have everything now, so I can get, you know, so it's like, okay, let's say right now I blow up. I have the next bestseller on every single list.
You're already there. You're blowing up right now. Let's get it.
But you know what I mean? I'm just putting in a bigger context. I'm like $1 million. I'm getting like rupee core money, basically, right?
Jeez.
And then I'm like, and then whatever, say there's some dude who has the penthouse, the fancy car and everything. And I'm just like, oh, well, he wants me. I can go. Yeah, cool. But I also have somebody who's been with me from the time I was 19, when I was in college, when I didn't have anything, you know what I mean? When we were doing little batshit shit together because we ain't got money. We stole cupcakes from Loblaws.
Jeez, Loblaws.
Teeth.
Yo.
Shame.
I hope no one from Loblaws is watching this. We stole cupcakes from Loblaws once.
Grind ain't easy.
No one was there, so to hell with that shit.
Grind ain't easy.
And they were like those fancy cupcakes. But you know what I mean? Little shit like that. Little shit like that.
Fancy.
So it's just like we have all these memories together, all these things that have like, you know what I mean? From the time that we started to this point now, and obviously right now, 6 years later, we're at a much like 10 times, 20 times better point than we were in the beginning. But you know, it just continues where it's like if somebody was to meet me right now, it's like you weren't there for any of that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get the joke. You weren't there for so and so. You don't know the characters.
What does that mean? What does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Because at the end of the day, let's put it like this. You're there for all the grind. You're there for all the grind, for each other's grind.
Yeah.
Cool. You blow up. You make your choice to have somebody different. They're not loyal as he is. Where does that put you? You just have to go find loyalty again.
But then I made a really poor decision.
Why though?
Because I went for an aesthetic. I went for an aesthetic.
Yeah.
I went for, oh, this guy, you know what I mean? I played to, like he was saying, I played to ego. This guy is on my level, quote unquote.
Yeah.
He has the same money I have or whatever. And that's why I say it was a fuck up, because maybe in that same year or two that I'm with this person who you know what I mean, then ends up cheating or whatever the case is. You never know, people are nuts and you don't find out till later on. And in that same 2 years, Ivano blows up and then becomes the next fucking whatever, the biggest Hollywood director, and he's all the way on. All it took was 2 more years. But I played into, oh, well, I got money now and I have so and so in this Porsche coming to talk to me. And it's like, that's dumb. That's dumb. You could have just waited it out.
So does this validate my next thing? Does this validate the whole idea behind having a bottom bitch? Not just for guys, for ladies too. Y'all can have bottom bitches, because bitches ain't. Why? Why? I'm not going. That's a whole other conversation. There's multiple conversations.
What defines a bottom bitch?
A bottom bitch. So you got a homegirl or homeboy. He disagrees with the homeboy.
No, let's change the aspect though. Let's say you're married. Let's say you're married. You have a husband.
You're married. You're locked in. You guys have been through everything together.
Okay.
This is your soulmate.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now you have that there. All right. Everything's good, foundation wise, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. Everything's on point financially with y'all. Yo, you go out some nights. You see something you want to take a little nip at.
You're a guy in a scenario.
Yeah. Sure, you can be a guy or a girl. You know, I don't want no. We'll save that for another podcast, bro, because this is a big one.
Wrap it up.
So now you see something you like. You go have a little snack. You put your hand in the cookie jar. You know, a little chocolate chip, Dunkaroos.
That's horrible.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Terrible.
You know what I'm saying? Sweets, a little cake. You go in the fridge. You're not supposed to eat it. You're not supposed to eat it.
You're violating your marriage.
Why though? You still love this person the same. You still have all these bonds that you want to treasure. I'm not worried. We'll save it for another podcast. I'm gonna touch on it. I'm gonna touch the cookie. I'm gonna put it back in the jar. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, what base is touching the cookie?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what you're saying.
Come on, stop this, Tiara. Stop this.
No, we were talking about bases on our way here because we were like, what is each base?
Home base. I don't know.
Home run. Okay, so we're saying home run.
Saying you peel the tangerine.
He's trying to make it 2 point right now. He went all the way.
Peel the tangerine. Take a slice. Take a bite. You know what I'm saying?
You literally just violated your marriage.
How though? How though, Sway?
Because you dunked the Dunkaroo.
No, I didn't leave you though. The whole thing is not leaving you. I'm supposed to stay with you. I'm supposed to stay with you because we have a bond, a connection, and all the shit it represents.
Part of your union,
I just want to have a little. I want to have a little piece of cake.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You ain't hear that?
That's the worst. This is what I've listened to the moral of today.
You can.
Okay, you can.
Is this not
but
evil?
Oftentimes
is
when
this
people
not compromise?
do,
I'm gonna stay with you.
Comes directly down the line. It depends on the situation.
I think if you have a personal list, right? Let's say let's set the scenario. Okay. You're a married wife, right? You have 3 kids. Okay. You have a luxury house. Everything you wanted since you were a child, you have it. Cool. You found that guy. Man of your dreams. Cool. Tall, attractive, good looking, smart. Your mom loves him. Your family, like everybody. 6'3", dreadlocks. Everything.
Canadian spin.
Whatever you want.
Kind of looks like Jesus from something.
Jesus, I said that same thing. I said the same thing. He looks like Black Jesus. I said he looks like Black Jesus, friend.
Put him on your wall and pray to him.
That's what I'm telling you. So this is the guy you got, right?
Okay.
Everything you want.
Okay.
Now you 10 years later.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the scenario. Okay. Now you've gotten everything you want in your life to the highest degree. You don't have to work no more. If you want to, you're a publishing author, so you're an author too. So you can just keep doing everything you want from home.
And he's still putting it down.
And he's putting it down. Okay. But you understand now. Let's say you're 42, 45, right? you're not as fried for sexual intercourse as much as you were before.
That sounds like I'm living a pretty good life.
And you have a little life. So he's still in his sexual let's say prime right now at 45 also. Because
why am I not in my prime? Because I'm in my 40s.
Menopause both hit you.
Yeah.
No.
Repeat that for another.
Hold on.
Who told you menopause happens?
Let's do this. No, it happens at 50. But let's do this real quick.
It's more of like a 50 type of thing.
I'll be the villain. I don't care.
I'm not saying it has to be you. Take yourself out of it. Just let's say the average.
There's a very non-feminist tone to this because this is now assuming that because I'm in my 40s, I no longer.
No. That's why I
have no desire.
Okay,
I have no desire.
That's why I want to remove this. That's why.
Dunkin' Dunkaroos.
No, I agree with you. No, she's right. Hold on. No, she's right. No, let me set
the villain.
No. Let me set this up properly. Let me set up because I set up incorrectly. I set it incorrectly. No. Let's take that part of it. That's where I'm incorrect.
Okay, thank you.
You guys are both sexually prime, whatever.
Thank you.
42, 45. No feminism. Support all that. I'm just trying to say this. I'm just trying to say this is right. But I'm just saying, right? You've gotten somebody that accomplishes everything that you want.
Yeah.
And other people can see that person is accomplished and does well. Okay. He is out on business to Japan shooting movies or having conferences.
You gotta go.
And he's on a trip for 2-3 weeks.
Right.
It's a movie now. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months. Every day, kids, everything's still good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you understand that. I understand a lot of girls don't understand the male drive compared to the female drive. They think it's very unilateral, but it's really not at all. But I'm trying to explain it into a way where it making the most sense, right?
Okay.
So now you have somebody that accomplishes everything. All he's doing now is just going out, getting a girl, never sees that girl again. Just no kissing, whatever, anything. But that's it. That's the little thing.
Kissing, this shit's
whatever. It's sex.
That is a violation of our marriage.
And now hold on. And now what is your decision now? 10 years later with 3 kids, all that good stuff. What are you gonna do?
You just violated.
This is not you personally. I want you to tell me what an average. Once again, this is not her. This is not personal. We're not taking personal stories. What is it that you think a woman should do in that?
Well, okay, I think a lot of people in that situation, given the fact that you have, this home, you have maybe 20 years with this person, whatever, you've been with them since let's say you were again like 19, 20. You got married 10 years later. You have your kids, all whatever. You have a big house. You have everything. Otherwise,
you want.
Then in that case, I think as a female, you're looking at it. You're part of what you're looking at is your family. Right? You're like, my kids. Do I want to break up my family? But at the same time, you're like, you would need to think about yourself because it's like, what is the level of this violation? Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
there's no disrespect for you. There's no disrespect for you.
No, that's disrespect. It's disrespect for sure.
Because so before you do that, let me grab that.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What's the disrespect? What did he disrespect?
You went.
Because remember, he's putting it down properly. He's paying all the bills he needs to pay. Y'all have a separate, whatever you guys got going on, financially is there, family's there, everybody's happy. But from time to time, he goes away on a trip and he's dunking the roos. You know what I'm saying?
He's also doing this. He's also keeping
he's peeling it back.
Yo, okay, I can't with these analogies.
You know what I'm saying? The sliced cheese joint. You're open the wrapper.
Then unless we have some agreement where if you're dunking roos, I'm dunking roos, then that's not appropriate.
Yo,
and
first of all,
it's one thing to say you did it once, and maybe we could talk about it and discuss what the circumstances was behind that one time. But if you're doing it on a regular basis, then family or not, I'm taking my kids and going. I'm not saying no, you're not. You can't see your kids or some shit. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying me personally, we're not going to be in this relationship if every time you go on a trip,
we're gonna continue this podcast. We're gonna do another one because we got to bring you back. And we got to talk about this again.
Can I say a few things real quick though? Can I say
before you do the one thing? I think that's an unfair thing to say I'm gone like that because I personally don't believe it's the same. Like I don't think you want to go sleep with somebody else if homeboy's doing the shit he's supposed to be doing, right? You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be doing that? Because I want to have the last word.
No.
This is the Joe Budden podcast.
No, but I'm taking the last word. I'm taking the last word. No, just because they're doing that thing doesn't mean, I'm just like, okay, well, I don't want to be, I want to go be with somebody else. It's not even that, but it's like, okay, well, you clearly have interest in other places because you're not fully invested in me and this family, in your family, if you are supposed to be going on work trips, doing work, and you're dunking your fucking roos.
But the roos gotta be dunked from time to
time. Okay, so get your ass back home and dunk the roos.
He's on a trip for work. He can't.
Whose problem is that? Whose problem is
if
that?
he quits the job, then there's no
But
money.
no, but he said in the scenario, okay, he's putting it down. We're sexually we're sexually we're in a happy situation.
Yeah.
So you can't contain yourself for 4 weeks on a work trip.
Okay, here
you're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be working.
Oh, it's
your
easy.
mind,
easy.
Your mind should be in work mode. Why is your mind in blow out a Japanese girl on this Japan trip?
I said Japanese girl.
No.
He can see a shorty literally walking in front of the convenience store. Hey, shorty, blah 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 blah. Conversation, bam, blah, blah. That's how it happened. It wasn't anything like, oh, I work, I'm texting this.
It's not a love.
It's easy. There's no love. That's the difference between men and women.
Okay,
women have an emotional attachment. Men do
this
not
is
have any
no.
emotional
But you see,
attachment
this is where the excuses come in, because then it's like, oh, okay, I fucked this girl once. I'm sorry. I swear I had no feelings for her.
No one says sorry.
Okay, either way, it's like, okay, I didn't, but I didn't have
the perfect life together.
Still,
everything's blessed.
It's
Life
easy. That's easy. It's an excuse. Oh, I didn't have feelings for her. I didn't have feelings for this person.
It's a control
I
thing.
just did
Tiara,
it.
let's keep it a buck. It's a control thing.
It's not a control thing.
All right, this is this episode of the podcast. I'm silencing. Don't kick me like this. She kicked me.
I honestly, I've come to understand. I've come to understand something. The honesty, there's like loyalty between men and women. Loyalty between men and women is not exact. It should not be looked at exactly the same, because it's not at all biologically or anything the same. It's not similar at all. Men have a completely different standard of life. Women have a completely different standard of life. But for us to have the same rules between both sexes is going to make us all live down a horrible path. Because if you look at it from historical senses, right? Every single, like, if you're a man of power, of distinction, or anything, if someone you can actually capable to take care of your wife, you're able to exercise those options. That wife stay home and stay with you, because for a reason, and especially in the cultures, every biblical text.
But we're not in this era anymore, and we're not doing that. Oh, boys will be boys.
Agree, but look at this.
Boys, guys. Yes, guys are more lusty. How long are we gonna play those?
No, I agree. I completely agree with you. We're not in that era anymore. I completely agree. Okay. And because we're not in that era anymore, now we're in this era where women have more power. They have liberty, whatever. It's all equal. So now we look at you look at marriage. Marriage now is at 51%. There's a divorce rate. 80% of marriages to end in divorce because women are leaving the men. These are the things that are happening. So now, in terms of what's happening, the marriage rate is going lower and lower and lower. There's more women who are actually making more money now. A 42-year-old woman who's making $100,000 is the saddest woman in the USA. How are you so happy if you're so successful? You made all this money. There's an issue, because the main issue is the main predicator for success for a woman biologically is family. It's family. Everybody wants a family. Men and women want family, but women attach.
Can't say that either, because there's a lot of people nowadays that do not want kids.
It's just statistics.
They don't want kids. They don't want family.
Them lawyers.
Where's this statistic from?
Everything you find in the CDC. You find all these things. Like they explain all these.
What year was this study done
I don't know, man. I don't like bringing statistics. I like to.
Can we like edit in the bubble with the statistics later on?
I'll add a statistic in the
just for valid, just to help
to reach out to you.
Validate this.
People, what time we got?
I'm saying 426. I'm saying to you, if you ask 100 women, right? If by the time you're 50, what do you want to do? You want to continue working, or do you want to have family and a husband at home? Out of 100 women, what do you think? What's the percentage they're going to say?
I think honestly, if we're looking at 2021, the women are going to put success at the forefront. That's not saying that we don't want a family and things like that, but success is at the forefront. It's the same. I look at it the same way as myself. I want a family and marriage and things like that, and kids and whatever. But right now, my success and my career is at the forefront of my response, of like what I'm planning and what I'm thinking about.
I agree with you.
I have like my shit's on fire right now. Why am I going to let that?
Why is that? Because women have now the ability to go and do that, correct? I agree with, by the way.
If like slightly separate conversation, but I'm looking at it like ancestrally. The people that I come from did not have half of these opportunities, men and women. So I'm just looking at it, and especially women, if you want to really go there. So I'm just like, no. Why would I not take it all and seize it? And especially in relationships, women have always had the short end of the stick, the worst end of the stick, and been forced to stay in shitty marriages. So of course we're leaving now when shit's not right. Because for so long we watched grandmothers, aunts, parents, whoever suffer.
I completely
for
agree
how
long?
No. Now you're on my side. You're ready to talk about Duncan Rose.
Were you setting yourself up?
I was trying to. Yes, I had a whole thing counter for that, man. I'm trying to tell you, I completely agree with you. But the issue is right now. Their issue is right now. The biggest thing is biologically, women cannot do the same thing as men can do it. Basically, biologically. Meaning, if you're saying your main predicators right now is to make sure you do success, and I'm not talking about you, by the way. I want to take us personally. That's why I keep doing that personally. Right. It's easier to take the personal conversations out of it. If we look at girls and you tell them, okay, do whatever you want, right? Do whatever you want, make money, make sex. You go to 35, you go to 38. Women now want their children, 40 years old, 40, 42 years old. So now they want children, right? They make it the biggest issue. They want 35 because now
who's pushing out their first kid at 42?
I agree.
Put that question
there you go.
out there?
There you go. There you go. No, but no, you can't. You can't. It's
that's
not
really
it's not,
my.
that's not
It's not my vibe.
But I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is this. I'm trying to say is this, right? I'm trying to say is this. I'm trying to say is this, right? The men, right, are always a factor. So the factor is this: if you're a girl, right, and you say, "I'm not going to tolerate the bullshit from the guys anymore," you shouldn't. I agree with you. If you're going to be fully on your thing, on your grind, you're going to make success for generational, all that good stuff. Great, you're on it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
But the issue is the guys, in an aspect, don't want to be with those girls. Right? They don't want a girl who doesn't want to be with a guy. They don't want the girls who don't want to combat them all the time and tell them what I don't want to tolerate this bullshit. I don't want to do this. They're going to look for girls, right? Well, hold on. I'm trying to say is this.
That's barbaric.
It's fine. You can say it's barbaric.
I want that girl because I like the resistance from time to time.
You want a girl who's going to resist in front of your children for the rest of your life. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't, man.
I love that. I was harder.
Okay, fine. Why do you want a hard life? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Get a mic. Yo, but once I get that one, and that's not Pokemon. We're not collecting Pokemon or anything. It's not like I caught fucking Mewtwo. But what I'm saying is that once you know you have a relationship that individual, because most times they just want a one-off. They don't want something consistent. But if they do want something consistent, that's how they act. And I'm trapped in a position where it's like, fuck, I want to go and do what I want to do. You know? From those guys with that perspective. They want to go they want to be free. But then with that individual who's thinking like, okay, I'm hyper masculine. That's what it really comes down to. It's hyper masculinity, right? Hyper masculinity is
toxic masculinity.
What's hyper masculinity?
Hyper masculinity. Those females who
females.
Yeah, because we're talking about the women.
See, we're both meaning different things. So okay, what are you talking about?
No, because the example you gave her was the women who are they make 100,000 a year, right?
Okay.
Right. They make 100,000 a year. They're hyper driven. They're focused on their business. They want to get that shit done. For a guy like me, I'm like, okay, cool. You can get a girl like that. There's no problem. But then once they start saying they want to lock you down,
okay,
that becomes an issue because it's like that communication thing you spoke of before. You're like, yo, as long as it's communicated, this is what the relationship's going to be, and you can have that. But I find a lot of those women just want to have a monogamous after a certain time because they get comfortable.
Before that, you guys had more of a it was liberated ground.
Yeah,
to be able to do
it was
very now it's getting more serious.
Yes,
you see that's what I keep trying to tell you. See, no one. I agree with you. No one's gonna settle down with
crazy.
And that's the power that the guys, because everybody has power. There's a power dynamic, right?
Yes.
Because that's now the power of the man. Now the man has that power to be like, I don't want to settle down with you because I don't want to combat you all the time. You know, unfortunately.
But are you afraid of combating somebody who's strong-minded like yourself, or do you want this person to submit to you? You want somebody who just says, you know, yes, you know, they're not gonna fight you.
Do you think attraction is unilateral?
What do you mean?
What you're attracted to is what a guy is attracted to. Between men and women.
So.
Not at all. Men like pretty attractive girls. Women don't like pretty attractive guys. That's not the thing they're looking for.
Who the hell's out here liking ugly guys?
No, but is that all you're looking for?
Pretty,
pretty, like beauty, like nice butt, like sexy, like
does his eyebrows.
like you know what I'm trying to say? Like guys look like that's why the term exists that guys go after anything. Like we literally like girls, we like pretty objects, we like good looking things. Girls don't like that. They like to see different things upon more than that, like more substance.
We like pretty things, but we want to know what's in the bag.
Exactly. You see, there's more things.
Girls, though. He gets pretty guy.
But Chris Brown, no. The reason why Chris Brown gets girls is not because he's pretty. It's because it's Chris Brown.
I would agree with that too. It's because it's Chris Brown.
It's the whole thing.
He would still get girls.
Oh yeah, but he sings and he dances. He's like the OG light skin.
But I'm trying. But let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. No,
but it's the overall. No, I know, but I'm saying it's the overall.
Pause. A lot of pauses. Put the pause button right here. Pause. Ayo.
A real man could recognize beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you like is what you like, fam. I'm not judging. You know what I'm trying to say? But I mean,
easy on that, bro. So all I'm saying is handsome man.
Talking about himself
right now.
Let's talk to
He's not Michael B. Jordan handsome though?
Girls like Michael B. Jordan.
But is he handsome though?
Girls like him. I'll tell you.
Michael B. Jordan handsome?
You see?
I guess he's not pretty.
You see how the attraction is on unilateral?
He's not pretty.
He's not pretty. He's not like a pretty looking guy. He's a handsome man for sure. But he's not like a pretty. Pretty is like a BTS type. They're pretty.
No, those are.
And no girls are attracted to them, except for Asian girls.
I'm not going there. My opinion is very short.
They wear mascara and have.
Oh, is it
Oh, you can't say no. Can't say no names.
I'm not doing that on the internet.
Say it off the pod. Off the pod. I want to know who it is.
I'm not.
And he's
Okay.
pretty.
I'm not doing that on the internet. I'm not doing it.
But hold on. Back to the conversation real quick, just because we have to wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is like because attraction is not unilateral. So what you look for? What girls look for in a man is not what men are looking for in women. If a man doesn't want to be with a woman who's masculine and masculine in terms of combative, doesn't want everything his way, is actually going to tell you, I don't like that. You know, I don't want to do that. Like actually have a voice and all that good stuff. Boundaries, whatever you want to, anything like that.
You're
right?
trying to set yourself up.
Unfortunately, but hold on. But I'm trying to say is like, unfortunately, guys don't want that. That's all it is. It's not even about an ego. It's not about arrogance. It's just you can have your standards. Our standards is just this. That's all it is.
So barbaric.
I think it.
But you see, you're arguing
it comes
standards.
off like that.
And the issue
comes off barbaric. I think it does.
The biggest issue is because guys can't have standards no more. Guys can't have standards.
You said you can't have standards.
We just said our standards.
We encourage
No,
you to have
I think
standards.
If you encourage us to have your standards, you're not gonna have your way.
Did you hear the pitch? Did you hear Deborah
That's the
Lee just give you the
double
pitch? No,
Wrap it up.
no, we want you to have. We encourage you to have standards. They want it's a
facade.
No. It's a filtering process.
Mm.
Because in reality, I kind of agree with you, but I agree with you as well.
I agree with her also, by the way. I agree with you.
There's so much ways we all can
Great conversation.
It's not interact, but it's overlap. All of our points are overlapping in a way. Because at the end of the day, we lived in an age previous to this time period where there wasn't so much access to media and opinions, right?
Yes.
20 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? 20 years ago, man was man, and women were women, and then you guys were subjected to some bullshit. Yeah. Fully agreed. Yeah. Right now it's like, okay, no, men, y'all gotta tell us your feelings. Say how you really feel. Get it out there. Express more. And then we do.
You're making effeminate men.
No, hold up.
And nobody wants to be with those guys.
Yo, you jumped it. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Y'all want us to express our feelings, and then when we do, y'all be like,
nope. Yeah, it is Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Jeez. And on that note.
Yep. On that note.
Yo, this has been not the first episode. We've done a couple episodes.
The first one in the new studio, though. I like the studio.
It feels like.
I like the guest interaction here. Like, you see what I'm saying? We're building a podcast, people.
Hey,
subscribe, like, and comment.
Give them your ad. Give them your ad.
Plug your stuff.
Please.
Into the
Wait. If I stand here, does that
She
work?
is short, people. She's short.
She
stood
up and I'm the same.
Like, that Tory Lane's. Oh, I can't say none. Shout out to Tory.
That's me. Okay, at Bookworm Babe on Instagram, babe with 2 E's because 1 E was taken. Book link is in the bio. Please buy it because it'll come in time for Christmas if you got Prime, by the way.
Okay.
We're on Prime. 20 more sold. And yeah, thanks for having me as your guest. I'll come back again. This
random guest that we like now. Now we like this. They're like,
we need guests.
I'm not random.
No, I'm saying like no. I'm saying the building of like having a chair sitting like that was all randomly done. Like we just organic.
They've definitely seen her on Clubhouse Jamz.
Oh, of course, she's in the back laughing like crazy. Like,
in the back.
She's in the comments.
Front row.
Yeah.
I've only been in the back because sometimes there's some very random humans who have taken my spot.
She's only been supporting us since the beginning.
She's pissed.
Also,
did you hear that? Evo.
You see what I'm saying?
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Some random humans who've taken my spot up front.
She had a seat.
This is her throne. You know,
it's the OGs.
Once again, much love to Evo Antonio, getting it done on directing end, handling all the sounds back there too. Once again, this has been another Hunters podcast.
Yep.
Talk about anything and everything.
See what happens.
In the meantime, I'll catch y'all next week. Keep hunting. I'm your host, Splash Billies.
I'll go by the name of Henny Nose.
We out, man. We out.